This is the Spring LAN osu Tournament 7 slots hosted by the UC Irvine osu Club. This video will focus on the whole summary of the entire tournament. Located in University of California, Irvine, players from around Southern California are taking part in this one-day tournament to both Standard and Mania players. We'll get into Mania a bit later, but let's focus on Standard right now. There are 23 Standard players that competed in Qualifiers. Notable players like 80 Nuggets, aka Caleb, Winter 2025's osu, defending champion, You're Cute, Remore, and Crestive, who have podiumed in previous UC Irvine LANs, are returning. There are various players from UC Irvine, UCLA, UC Riverside, and non-university players that participated on May 31st, 2025. And these are the results. The top 16 will advance into the bracket stage, and without wasting any more time, let's get into the bracket stage. So with that, the round of 16 matches are over. The 8 winners that have won from those 8 matches will be advancing to the winners quarterfinals, while the 8 losers will be advancing into the losers quarterfinals. Let's get into the losers quarterfinals matches.
Oh my gosh, you were so close!
We almost matched their scores. I got so scared.
These are the results of the losers quarterfinals matches, as Far and 3 others will be eliminated, while the Swag Turtle and the 3 other winners will be advancing to the next round. And on the winners quarterfinals side, You're Cute, Rico, 80 Nuggets, and Crestive have won against their respective opponents in their matches, and will be moving on to take on each other in the winners semifinals round. This semi-final showdown between Rico and 80 Nuggets is a showdown between 2 UCLA students eager to make top 3 in the slots tournament. Rico takes his first point from his own pick, but 80 Nuggets gets his own point from his pick. Following this, 80 Nuggets takes a lead by managing to take a breakpoint from Rico, before Rico manages to get a breakpoint even back from 80 Nuggets. With the score 2-2, Rico then retakes the lead by his own, and 80 Nuggets picks, and with the lead at 4-2, can 80 Nuggets manage to make a comeback, or will Rico hold 80 Nuggets off from a comeback?
No one tripping up after the first chorus. But nothing to write home on with a halfway miss. That is a good sign. Second chorus is now underway. Both players at 550 combo. Just pure focus. Accuracy suffers from 80 nuggets, but the combo is still alive. But he is going to need at least 1/6 of the map remains. And Rico out with a miss right there. It's going to fling back as long as 80 nuggets holds. 20k and 80 nuggets misses. But 80 nuggets with the higher max combo overall may have just staved it off. But no, there's another miss. 10k now is the difference. How's the ending going to shape up as these final jumps? It's such a montage of it. Rico finally swings it back. And what looked like a comeback turns out to be fake. As 5 to 2.
Wait here. Rico out! Rico out! Rico out! Rico out!
Going a whole distance.
While the Rico versus A Nuggets match was happening, your Cute and Crustus match also started simultaneously as the other semifinals match, with your Cute able to defeat Crustus by a score of 5-3 to move up to the upper finals, where your Cute will take on Rico for a spot into the grand finals. Before we get into the Mania side and the finals bracket of the matches, we have to go into the losers semifinals brackets to see how these players do. What you're looking at is the tiebreaker of the semifinals pool, in which XP was playing against Kenny. And even though that XP was able to defeat Kenny on this tiebreaker map, unfortunately XP's run would end in the hands of Remor, as he was able to get a win off of XP to go into the losers finals, getting a top 6 spot in the process. This is the Slots Mania tournament, and it's a cautionary tale to be told. Before the tournament started, 8 players had signed up to play in the tournament. Unfortunately, half of the sign-ups wasn't able to show up to the venue, so this means that 4 players only played in the Mania tournament. While this does mean that the Mania tournament won't get badged, the tournament still must go on. Minwoo3098, Brisket Bacon, Matthew, the Spring Standard LAN 2024 tournament winner, and defending champion from Winter 2025, Beta Carotene, are the 4 participants in the Mania LAN. So here are the qualifiers results. Everyone from the qualifiers is able to move on to the bracket stage, as Minwoo faces Matthew and Beta Carotene faces off against Brisket Bacon. In the semifinals, Minwoo and Beta Carotene won their respective rounds, so they faced off in the finals, and Minwoo was able to defeat Beta Carotene to advance to the grand finals. On the losers bracket, Brisket Bacon was able to defeat Matthew to face off against the defending champion Beta Carotene. And in this US MWC showdown between Brisket Bacon, also known as Tristan Jacob 11, and Beta Carotene, Brisket Bacon was able to defeat the defending champion to get his revenge by a score of 6-3 to advance to the grand finals versus Minwoo3098. Here's how the grand finals match went.
We're starting.
off, we see Manu and Tristan going into this quick one-on-one. Both very good players. Really, this is the first time Manu's a pretty big score difference between two players. We see Manu with a 980k and Tristan or Brisket with a 953. First miss going to Manu, a very clean miss at that, still at a 99.7, and only climbing up. They're already very close accuracies, but it seems like Tristan, who's on Brisket, with this score here, just barely manages to beat Manu. So Manu slightly taking the lead off of the intro, just a couple hundred points. And we see an early miss from Tristan, but it was only a little bit early in the map, so we just don't know. That'll make too much of a detriment there for his score. He's already back up, it seems, to the 400 combo mark. Into these last out, and we find a miss from Tristan on the ending. Another one. He breaks combo twice here. Still holding on to that 99, but it just won't be enough. We see this. Oh, and we see this inner column trail. Both players hit it perfectly. A little bit of an act difference between the two players. We see Manu holding on to a 99.84 and Tristan with a 99.30. Both players' acts are increasing. We just see that lead going ever so slightly to Manu's favor as we see a miss from Tristan, giving more of a lead to Manu. Very short priority. We see Manu's lead still increasing so much more. We might just be done with this pick, and we will see Manu winning it with a 99.8, a 30k point difference between going on to his 99.8, Tristan creeping up to a 99.7, just barely there, going back down to 99.63. The lead is very, very slightly in Manu's favor, and we see Manu with an early miss a quarter of the way through the map, but Tristan gets his lead back as he holds on to his FC. Very technical. Heading to the outro of the song, we might just see a second FC from Tristan. And we will see just that. With a can go either way. Spell the end for either Manu's lead or Tristan's close following. Seems both players are very comfortable with what they're playing. At that 2,000 combo mark, these streams still keep going for a break part. A third of the map left. Jackson bursts. Jackson bursts. We see this last card section going to the outro of the map. We find Tristan breaking combo twice at the very end, just over the 3,000 combo mark. And this will solidify Manu's taking of this point. An FC in 99.72, 991k. Incredible score for Manu. Incredible. Manu's lead only slightly increasing. We see a drop from Tristan and a returned drop from Manu, but it doesn't seem like it'll be enough. The lead decreasing, but still in favor towards Manu. We will see this pick end in his favor. Incredible performance from both players. Again, we see the lead increasing ever so slightly more. Manu just breezing through these patterns. Tristan back up to 400 combo. This can go either way. The accuracies are tied. We see Manu missing again at the very end. Tristan back up. His accuracy very still much tied with Manu, but his accuracy lead is still there by only. And soon the map will light up. Oh, and we see a miss from Tristan at the very end of the map, resetting his combo, bringing him down to a 99.3. Manu holding on to that, and I think that might just wrap it up as we go to the end.
Congratulations to Manu for winning, and congratulations to Tristan for placing second. What a crazy match.
So these are your top 3 finishers in the Slots Mania tournament. Minwood Drio 98 is your Slots Mania champion. Brisket Bacon finishes in 2nd, and Beta Carotene finishes in 3rd.
It's going to be the scoreline tied. 2-2.
During the duration of the Mania matches, the standard matches were still going on off screen. It was at this moment of the stream that the winners and losers finals were already commencing. On the winner's side, You're Cute and Ricoel were facing off to determine who gets to be the first one in the grand finals with a bracket reset advantage. By the time that the stream came on, Ricoel was holding a 2-1 lead over You're Cute. But then, You're Cute suddenly manages to hold off Ricoel on the 4th map and goes on a 5-map win streak to defeat Ricoel 6-2 to make it to the grand finals. It is You're Cute's 3rd straight trip to the grand finals, dating back to spring 2024 LAN.
Third time making grand finals, first time doing it from winner's side. Third time's the charm, isn't it? As applause comes out as the 2 players.
Meanwhile, on the lower bracket side, Silent Suzuka, 80 Nuggets, Remore, and Crestive were trying to fight their way into the top 3. While this was one of Silent Suzuka's best performance, he and 80 Nuggets were eliminated at top 6. Remore and Crestive were facing off in a round of 16 rematch for the opportunity to advance into the losers grand finals. Crestive may have the first laugh in their first match, but Remore had the last laugh, getting his revenge on Crestive as Remore wins 6-2 to earn the final spot on the podium, but also advancing to the losers grand finals where he will take on Ricoel for the opportunity to advance to the winners grand finals.
Omot 6 banned out by Remore. And a swift pick into Hard Rock 2 for Remore will start off this matchup. Now with this outro, Rico should definitely wrap this one up. This is going to be a breakpoint to start off the matchup. And that's close this out. Okay, this trade of misses. That's like okay, but yeah, that should be it for that should do it for Ricoel. Should be able to get 3 straight points on the board. Slightly in favor of Remore, but it is so minuscule it might not even be enough. But the score lead not shrinking fast enough. The last set of misses may decide anything if they ever do come out, and it's by a 7,000 point margin that Remore finds his first point on. Remore is going to make this 2-3. Now 4-2 is the lead. For another point, make it 5, and give himself as many opportunities to close it out before a potential tiebreaker. But that score lead wants to flip back. What's it going to be? By 2,959 points, Rimor gets win. Long road ahead for him. The finish line just in front of Rico L. Just has to be able to make that one final step however he can. There's no time for Rico to take it back, even with this 100 combo lead, even with those misses. Way more chain misses have to come out if anything wants to happen right there, but too little, too late. Well, even with both players, I've seen those ending jumps. Both players, as I was saying down, I was about to say they're both going to be going through that relatively smoothly, but Rico L fumbles a tiny little bit. Rimor, however, trades it back, and Rico L will have enough combo to slowly but surely bring. Will have enough combo to slowly but surely bring it back in this break lineup. You're gonna see a little suffering on Rico L's side, but should be okay as long as he holds. Be okay as long as he holds. Rimor just going to post himself up, as I was going to say that, post himself up for a recovery. But Rico L trades right back, and that ultimately swings it back to Rimor's side. Oh, but Rimor starts that stream badly, but Rico instead starts the stream not at all. 50s versus misses. 33k, 20k drops. Many players not fight, both players not fight. One final slog of patterns and streaming and tapping left to go for. How's it all going to play out? Rico L is the more comfortable. That may actually just do it, because Rico L at 600 combo now, fully recovered. Denying tiebreaker from Rimor and giving him yet another third place finish in what seems like Rico L's first time in top.
I got second! I got second! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's you now. Dude, you're fucking insane. I was so locked out. Nah, that hidden 3 scared me. The moment you won that pick, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna cry, bro.
With that match conclude, the Grand Finals is set. Rico will be advancing to the Grand Finals where await him. Your Cute will be standing in his way as each player are fighting for their first UC Irvine Osu LAN Championship.
Well over 200,000 point lead. There's just
Your Cute's Grand Finals matches in the last 2 LANs have been tough. Coming from the lower bracket the last 2 times, in spring 2024, he took Matthew into a bracket reset, but lost out on the last second on map 10 to try to force a tiebreaker, but unfortunately, Matthew was able to defeat Your Cute 6-4 to win the spring 2024 championship. The following LAN, Your Cute has once again came back from the lower bracket, but unfortunately, he has to force a bracket reset as Caleb, aka 80 Nuggets, has defeated Your Cute to win the Winter 2025 LAN tournament. This time now, Your Cute has 2 chances to try to finish the one task that he has came up short 2 times now, and he doesn't want to miss out on his 3rd opportunity to win the UC Irvine Slots Champion. But what about Rico L, the 2nd seed who has been performing out of his mind? After an early exit in Winter 2024 LAN and a top 6 finish in the Spring 2024 LAN, after a LAN absence in Winter 2025, he's back with a mission to not only get as far as his best placement, but to finish off the tournament with the highest note, beating Your Cute twice to become the Slots champion. It's Your Cute and Rico L Who will win?
And applause breaks out. Rico gonna be thinking fairly hard about this. He's from the lower bracket side, so doesn't have much to work with. Not really consistency of streaming in general. Tested. Rico closing the gap. A few accuracy drops from Yurcute. May have just done it. As it flips back over, 9K. Will we see a very close nail biter as last time? And we will, but the accuracy deficit and the overall combo from the start just way too great. And no. Oh, misses from Rico L on the snapbacks. Yurcute, however, hits it. A bit more comments out. Yurcute finds way more misses than Rico L. That was a massive chain miss, and Rico L swings it back in his favor. What's it going to be? It's a nail biter. And it's going to be by 7,700 points.
Oh!
Is this map impossible or what? Yes, you saw. It's impossible.
From Yurcute needs to happen right about now, or at least way more 100s coming out from Yurcute. This accuracy deficit from Rico L is hampering things a bit. 23,000 now, close to 22,000. But the map is almost over. It is still reeling in. 700 combo for Yurcute, 360 for Rico L. 10,000 is the difference. Final slog. 5,000, 4,000, 3, 2, 1. It is not enough. Rico L survives by a bare 1,338 score. Final slog. 5,000, 4,000, 3, 2, 1. It is not enough. Really hard about this next pick, because if he does not pick correctly, Rico L will be on match point. Four to 1. This is very close, but there's not enough combo on Rico's side to flip things back over, and definitely not enough density. A relatively competitive precision pick, probably more competitive than Yurcute would have definitely bargained for. There was a bit of shake on him on that extreme, but it doesn't matter. A lead is a lead, and a point is a point. Yurcute not looking likely to crack too much above 600k, if at all. And that is 5 to 2. 3 chances to close out this match and reset the bracket before a potential tiebreaker. Yurcute stays alive. Yet another map in this set. He wants to claw all 4 points back and win without sending it to a bracket reset. What a score. Going down. Rico L looking to make this 6 to 3 and reset the bracket, especially with this outro where there's nothing that Yurcute can use to swing things in his favor. We are going to a bracket reset. Rico L looking to make this 6 to 3 and reset the bracket, especially with this outro where there's nothing that Yurcute can use.
Rico L starts off hot with a 6-3 victory over Yurcute, but since this is a double elimination tournament, Yurcute's loss against Rico L will only lead into a bracket reset, the final match. This now reset best of 11 matchup These stakes have never been higher for both players who's familiar with these type of situations. One dream will come true, the other will come up short. Who will prevail in the final matchup?
Okay, sorry about that. I come back to You're Cute with way less score and way less combo than Rico L, as Rico has found a good recovery in the final third, to finish out with 900 combo and 640,000 points. After Rico L, no combo to his name, almost half the score of You're Cute. You're Cute in particular finishing out this map with 500,000, almost 500,000 actually. That is going to be 1-1. Both players 5 away from total victory. And this is looking to be a more dominant score victory compared to when Rico won the map in the first set. You're Cute crests 1,000,000 score on that map and gets the FC in match in Grand Finals. And now You're Cute. Gotta be feeling a little comfortable about this, but he knows what happened last time. There was a... And it goes down to 14k, but it's not enough. You're Cute. Cold and focused. That map was just an absolute decimation. Rico L, not really knowing what to do about that. You're Cute, just an absolutely different beast this time around compared to the previous sets. Meaningful misses will decide it all, but both players trading it back hard. Chain miss from Rico L, but You're Cute with an equally bad blunder. And Rico L just might have done it. That's all the hard parts done. Rico L barely stays alive by the skin of his teeth and is trailing 2-5 now, but that is still ultimately being able to live another day. Especially with You're Cute on the miss on the outro. A gamble into that precision pick ultimately works out. He is clawing this back one map at a time, but You're Cute is down to his last pick. He could end it here and now. Rico, however, the first one to drop. You're Cute. Going to have to survive. And in we go. Streams are going. And it's a double miss. That ultimately benefits You're Cute, unless You're Cute finds more chain misses somehow. And the chain misses come out. The 8,000 is the difference between the two. Rico has a little bit of combo to try and bring something back, but that is the rest of the map. It might not be dense enough. 3,000, 2,000. Will it happen? No, it will not. 1,400 is the difference between the two players. And You're Cute, ultimately, third time's the charm, will win the Spring LAN osu Tournament 7. His third attempt at a Grand Finals is now the charm.
You're Cute, after 3 Grand Finals, is finally a UC Irvine osu LAN champion. A few weeks after the LAN, I actually talked to him on a Discord call to get his thoughts on his victory.
I just felt relieved, to be honest. After winning No Mod 2, it's like it just gave me the sense of relief. It's like, wow, it's finally over. Like everything that I've worked so hard for, it's like it actually, paid off at the end. It was all the time I spent practicing math was actually worth it, because I actually did practice everything beforehand, and for it to actually pay off is more than just relief. It felt very like liberating, I guess, having to. All right, so let me tell you what was going through my mind. So it was pretty even up until Hidden 3. Hidden 3 was an extremely close point. I only lost by about 1,000, 2,000 or so points. And so at that point, I realized, like, oh, this can very well go to reset, and I should mentally prepare myself for that ahead of time, right? Because Hidden 3 was my own pick, and having to lose my own pick by only like a couple thousand points, it threw me off a lot. And so I think just mentally preparing myself for reset before, just in case it went to reset, and did, I think that really did help me going into the next set into that. And I kind of brought myself together, because first set I was extremely nervous, and I kind of came into the next set with a completely different mentality, where I just had to tell myself I just need to do well on my own picks, and any like over performances on like Rico's picks would wouldn't like I wouldn't expect myself to take any points off of his picks, but if I did get a point off of like his pick or whatever, I just would tell myself I need to do well on my own picks so that I'm able to make use of that. And so I think going from the first set to the main difference of going from the first set to the next set is just how I thought about the match as a whole and how I needed to perform. Definitely, I'd say I feel a lot more confident as a player, like, because I think winning this UC LAN I think it kind of validates myself as an actually really strong player, especially at my strong skill sets like aim, but also just a very well-rounded player, I'd say. And I think is winning this is a much needed breakthrough actually, because it really does give me that confidence that I can perform when the pressure is at its highest points.
These are the podium finishers in the standard tournament. Your Cute takes home first place, Rico will go second, and Remorp completes the podium at third place. And this is the group picture of UC Irvine Slots LAN. To see a lot of people showing up to this LAN has truly made this event very memorable again. And this will do it for this video. I want to announce that while I was working on the video, the UC Irvine Osu Club has announced another LAN event taking place on February 15th, 2026. Valentine's Interlude in Irvine, or 8 in Roman numerals. It's going to be the next name of the UC Irvine Osu Club LAN series, and so many returning and upcoming players are going to make an appearance into this tournament. Who are going to win the next UC Irvine LAN competitions for Standard and Mania? Find out on February 15th, 2026. Thanks for watching.